All right, it's For Your Money Wednesday. February is the month a lot of homeowners start thinking about one of the biggest decisions they'll ever face. Should you remodel or move?
Yeah, this is a huge decision. We have Andy Mattingly joining us now from Forum Credit Union to share a few financial considerations you want to make when you're making this big decision. Good afternoon.
And I guess we start off with, what is the biggest question that you need to have answered when you're making this decision?
Well, the biggest question is, what's the true cost of making either decision? And there's long-term cost and financial impacts, and there's some short-term costs. So that's kind of the first thing, is get the true cost.
And when you're making this decision, I would assume sometimes you guess wrong. What's the number one reason?
Well, I think what happens is sometimes people forget about the interest that they're going to pay in the loans to remodel or to buy a new home. So the overall cost in the long term might have a bigger impact, or how much they have to pay per month might cause them to cut back on their savings or something like that. So sometimes they make a mistake just on the initial cost.
So let's say you remodel instead of buying. What could be a long-term negative impact if you remodel?
Well, sometimes if you remodel, you might remodel yourself out of your neighborhood, meaning that you make the remodel so big, your house is twice as big as any other house in the neighborhood. Then when you go to sell, you're not going to get your value back. So you have to be careful with your remodeling projects.
And what are some other mistakes to avoid in remodeling versus buying?
Right. Well, another mistake that happens is if you remodel, or even sometimes people will buy a home to solve one problem, but then they create another problem. So you may remodel to get a master bedroom and you take away your garage. Now you don't have a garage. Or you move to get a master bedroom and you give up the fourth bedroom and you only have three, and then you need the fourth bedroom. So you have to make sure you don't give up something to get something.
Okay.
So what are the reasons people have for remodeling in the first place?
Well, a lot of times for remodeling, if you have a really low first rate, a really low mortgage rate, you may not want to give that up. Maybe you like the location in your schools. It's okay if the remodeling costs a little bit more if it provides more value to you.
And say you do go for the remodel. What mistakes do you want to avoid when you're paying for it?
Well, make sure you make the right option for your situation. Some people go straight to a personal loan, which has a really high interest rate, or maybe they'll do a home equity loan and they forget about an option, which is to refinance your first mortgage and take a cash out, because that makes your payment lower and you have the lowest rate possible.
So then give me the benefit of that option.
Well, I'm sorry, I kind of gave that.
You gave it all away.
I gave it all away.
You said it all.
But part of it is that you make that lower payment. The real benefit then is that you can use that extra money that you're not spending in a payment to pay off other debt, save for your kids' education, maybe save for retirement. So that lower payment helps you do other things that you need to do in your life.
Find out that true cost,
Exactly.
short-term and long-term. All right,
Exactly.
Andy, thank you so much.
Always good advice.